In this video, we are going to create our home page. In the public/views directory, let's go ahead and open index.ejs. This will be the default page loaded by our application. We'll start by defining our doc type at the very top and set it to HTML5. Next, we'll write out our opening and closing HTML tags, and in between those, we'll define the head and body of our document. We already defined our head metadata in our partials directory, so let's include it here rather than write it again. EJS allows you to easily import HTML partials, and to do that, you simply declare that you're going to write EJS code with an opening tag and the %sign, and in the statement with a %sign and closing tag. Anything in between will be parsed as EJS code and executed. To import a file, we'll just write include and a path to the file we want to include in between the EJS brackets. So let's write include /partials/head. Once our application is launched and a user hits the home page, EJS will take care of importing the partials properly. Next, let's add data to the body of our page. Open a body tag, and in here we'll create 3 additional tags. One for the header, one for the page container, and finally one for the footer. We created partials for the header and footer, so we can follow the same process to include those partials here. Let's do that first. We'll include the header partial between the header tags, and then we'll include the footer partial between the footer tags. Next, let's create the unique content of our home page. Our home page is going to display a search bar that will allow users to enter a term. Hit enter, and we'll display the results on a results page. So what we'll need to do is create a form. As we're using Bootstrap, we'll pretty up the page a little with Bootstrap-specific styles. We'll create our form within a Jumbotron so that our content is front and center. We'll add some text to tell the user what to do, and then we'll implement our form. The form will take one input, a text input that we'll name Q. We'll make this input field required to submit the form. Once the form is submitted, we'll send it to the results page. Next, we'll implement the latest searches feature that will display the list of items a user has searched for. We'll use some more EJS syntax here. The first thing we'll do is check if there are any existing searches. If there are not, we won't even display the section. Remember the searches attribute we passed in our home controller. This is where we're going to make use of it. Next, we'll implement a loop in EJS to display each search term. In the interest of time, I'll just copy and paste the code here. Each search term will be a link and clickable so that the user will be able to click on it and see the results. As we now have one of our UI pages fully built, let's run the npm install EJS command, which will ensure our EJS files are properly rendered by Node. This will conclude our homepage UI. Next, we'll build out the top queries page.